Spectrum. Larry Michael with Jack McCaffrey, and we go from the exhibition matchup featuring Butterbean and the punching police officer Jamie Campbell to the former Philadelphia Phantoms tough guy, Frank Bialowas, in his pro debut, 4 rounds. Of course, he was a record setter for the Phantoms for most penalty minutes. And he's going to take on Jared Vasquez.
He's in the Phantoms Hall of Fame. There you see, went in 2005 with Bill Barber, who's in the Hockey Hall of Fame. Larry, Frank Bialowas is serious about this challenge. He had been training with Augie Skameka. He's 71 years old, but Augie has trained Charles Brewer, among other champions. Frank Bialowas training at the Joe Hand gym in North Philadelphia. Joe Hand, a monster name in boxing in Philadelphia and internationally. So he's serious about this. He wants to get into professional boxing. It's rare that a hockey player will do this, but he says he's ready to do it, and he's ready to get out of the Meathead League, which is what the Quebec Senior League was, where he was playing some old-time hockey up there, fighting, taking about 3 fights a game. But Frank the Animal Bialowas serious about his boxing career. He goes in against Jared Vasquez, who's an options trader from Idaho who moved to Philadelphia to trade on the stock market, has done some tough guy fighting of his own, and said, look, he said, we're not on ice tonight. I'm showing up to fight. And that will be the big story. Frank Bialowas, one of the great fighters on ice that you'll ever see. But let's see what he does in the ring. He swears he's serious about it. We're going to find out tonight.
We sure are going to find out. There he is, the Animal, getting set for his pro debut. Let's get the intros with Ron Christian.
Ladies and gentlemen, another of those much anticipated fights of the evening. This is scheduled for 4 rounds in the heavyweight division. Judging Lynn Carter, Bob Grosso, and Dewey La Rosa, referee Sean Clark. Ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner, he is wearing the black trunks with a phantom trim at 229 pounds, making his professional debut from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Well known to all Philadelphia fans, Frank the Animal Bialowas. And taking him on in the blue corner, he is wearing the black trunks, silver trim, weighing in at 261 pounds, also making his professional debut. From Sandpoint, Idaho, El Guapo Grande, Jared Vasquez.
Vasquez and Bialowas, and it certainly has the crowd excited here at the Spectrum. There is the tail of the tape. Vasquez with the weight advantage. He's got the youth, but Frank is the Animal. We'll see if it translates from the rink to the ring.
Vasquez was a college football player at MIT. So he's got a brain in that head.
MIT has a football team?
That's what I said to him. He said, they sure do, Division III. He could have knocked me over with a feather, but...
If he went to MIT, why is he fighting the Animal right now?
He just says he loves to fight, and I'll tell you, it's come full circle. The Spectrum, the home of the Broad Street Bullies a couple of decades ago. Now there's actually a hockey player that has fighting for real right on the same surface as the Broad Street Bullies made their fame.
Bialowas coming out strong and quick. And obviously, on skates and in the ring, that's 2 different things.
Yeah, and Vasquez at least had some tough guy experience. Bialowas has really none.
You see Bialowas already having a hard time with his base. He's jumping around a little too much. Scores with the right hand, however. And Bialowas appears to be in better condition, but you never know when they're heavyweights in the ring.
Yeah, and the difference is his footwork. He said that throughout his training, all he kept saying, your footwork, your footwork, your footwork. And frankly, Larry, his footwork is a little awkward.
But he's pounding Vasquez, and down he goes.
As for his handwork, that's quite fine.
Vasquez in some serious trouble, wobbling all over the ring. I'd be surprised if he let it go, and it is over. So the Animal, Frank Bialowas, victorious in his pro debut.
And he remains undefeated here at the Spectrum, where he never lost a hockey fight either.
There you go.
Quite popular in town here. His number retired in the Spectrum rafters. He was really, for those of us who had a chance to enjoy him as a hockey fighter, one of the best. Just put terror into the opponent's eyes anytime he came onto the ice. And what a big right hand tonight against Jared Vasquez, the MIT football player.
I don't know what to say after that, Jack. Bialowas certainly is an intense individual. Very raw. Fighting, obviously. Not much of a boxer. He's a fighter. And on that occasion, he had way too much for Jared Vasquez. The victory for Bialowas in his pro debut comes by knockout in round 1.
Frank will be the first to tell you that he's got to learn some things about boxing technique, but to his credit, he spends hours upon hours in the Johan gym learning it. That was his pro debut. Started off with a knockout. He's got to work on that footwork. He's got to work on his hands, but he's got the natural right-handed punch that he's knocked so many hockey players out with over the years, and you have to think that maybe Vasquez ought to put that MIT education to work and find another line of work.
There he is. I don't know if he got cut or not. It looks like he might have gotten cut above the left eye. I don't know how that happened. And Vasquez beats a hasty retreat out of the ring. And he's not such an animal after all, is he?
Well, Frank is, he was cut. How about that? So Frank suffered some damage in a short amount of time. Again, so he's really needs more time in the gym. He fought like you would expect a hockey fighter to fight. And it's often been wondered why these great hockey fighters, more of them don't go into the fight game. And it's a completely different sport, obviously. And you'll give Frank Bialowas his credit. He put the time in the gym. He's took some damage over that left eye tonight.
He's cut, but he is the winner by knockout. Let's get the time of the KO from Ron Christian.
Ladies and gentlemen, as many of his 800 hockey fights ended, so ended his first bout into the ring. Winner by a knockout, 57 seconds, by a technical knockout, 57 seconds in the first round, Frank the Animal Bialowas.
Bialowas the winner in his pro debut, and he feels very comfortable in the Spectrum as he pummels Jared Vasquez in the first round. When we come back, comments from the winner. The Animal speaks on CNN. Welcome back to the Spectrum. Larry Michael with Jack McCaffrey. Frank Bialowas, the former Philadelphia Phantoms tough guy, wins his pro debut by knockout in round 1. And we got to get Jeff Sharilla in there. Jeff Sharilla in the ring, and all of a sudden there is a massive interview going on in the ring. And we'd like to get Jeff in there. I don't know what's going on, but
because there are a few things in Philadelphia that gain attention quicker than a good hockey fighter. And Frank Bialowas has his name retired here at the Spectrum.
Did a great job.
Now let's listen in.
Both open up, see where we go from here. Somewhere I got hit, I don't know, but I mean, I hit my head hard. You know, stuff happens, so no big deal.
It looked like you were stunned a little bit early on, but then you got mad.
Oh yeah, you know, you get in there, you're calm, and you know, he hit me a couple. He came after me, which I didn't expect. When he came after me, I had to fight my way, and it was like start throwing, you know, and I started to hit him, and you know, he was feeling it. He was getting knocked around, and I finally got him good. I seen him go down. That was it.
How does this feeling?
Cross hit him right in the chin. But it was good. It was all good.
How does this compare to the fights when you were on the ice? This feeling, this emotion?
You know, when I seen him go down and I knocked him out, I was like, yeah, man, let's go. I'm ready for the next one, you know. I run around. They got a good crowd here. I thank everybody in Philadelphia. All these people are great. My training staff, unbelievable. My family's here. Everybody that helped me, thank you. You know, this is a hard road, but we're going to go. We're going to make it somewhere.
How's it feel not having skates?
Larry, Jack, we've seen it all. Here's another first.
Now we might see another first. Will John Poor win his first championship? Frank Bialowas wins his pro debut, but still to come the main event. John Poor's attempt at a championship belt.